Close your eyes, hear that? Not the roar of the city, but the echo of the Adhan, rising over pine forests and stone villages. A call carried on the same wind that once whispered to Socrates, now answered by voices saying, Hayya alal falah, come to success. This is Greece. Not the Greece of postcards, but the Greece few speak of. Western Thrace. A land where Muslims have lived, prayed, raised families, built schools for over 600 years, not as outsiders, but as keepers of a quiet, unbroken light. In this video, no statistics first, no debates, just stories of Pomak grandmothers who weave dua into every thread, of Greek reverts who found tawhid in the silence between church bells, of a village, Kedros, where 100% are Muslim, and no one thinks it's strange. This isn't about minorities, it's about Ummah, thriving, where history said it couldn't. Let's walk in, respectfully. Kedros, population, A300. Muslims, 100%. Google results, almost none. That's what makes it powerful. Here, faith isn't announced, it's assumed. The Adhan rings, no permit. Funeral processions wind through town. Neighbors step aside, heads bowed. At sunset in Ramadan, the whole village gathers. Not for show, but because community is the sunnah lived. One local imam told us, "We don't practice Islam despite Greece. We practice Islam because of who we are. Pomak, Turkish, Roma, Greek, all under one Lord." And just 30 minutes away, Xanthi, a city where nearly half the population is Muslim. Halal bakeries, Islamic schools, Muslim cemeteries with headstones facing Qibla. Not tolerated, built, maintained, belonging. This isn't coexistence, it's continuity. Meet Wee Dan, a Pomak elder from the mountains of Xanthi. She doesn't just wear a headscarf, she wears heritage. Her shawl, hand-woven. Each color has meaning: red, courage; gold, baraka; blue, protection from envy. When I teach my granddaughter to weave, she says, I tell her, every knot is a dhikr, every pattern, a reminder. Allah sees your effort. Pomak girls learn 3 things early: how to cook pita with love for guests and widows, how to stitch with patience, like Prophet Zachariah alayhi salam crafted with care, how to make wudu quietly before dawn so no one sees. But Allah does. This isn't tradition. It's taqwa in motion. A mother's love, expressed in cinnamon-scented risogalo after tarawih. A daughter's iman, stitched into the hem of her shawl. As one young Pomak sister told us, Islam didn't change who we are. It showed us who we were meant to be. In the remote hills of Xanthi, where snow cuts villages off for weeks, there are no Islamic schools in name only. There are living institutions, built by community, protected by saber. Greece has 235 minority schools, where lessons are taught in Greek and Turkish. But after 2 p.m., the same classroom becomes a maktab, Quran in Arabic, Sirah in Pomak dialect. Practical fiqh. How do I pray on a bus? Can I fast while hiking? And in Aquinos, a town of 2,000, 90% Muslim, stands one of Greece's 2 Islamic high schools. Graduates, doctors, engineers, imams. Their diplomas? Recognized alongside Orthodox seminaries by Greek law. Yes, challenges remain, like the long fight for Athens' first mosque, opened in 2020 after 187 years. But here's what the world misses. They didn't wait for permission to learn. They turned kitchens into classrooms, basements into libraries, Fajr time into study circles. The Prophet said, "Seeking knowledge is obligatory upon every Muslim." Ibn Majah. In Western Thrace, they didn't just fulfill that duty, they wove it into the fabric of survival. Ramadan here doesn't look like Dubai, or even Istanbul. It looks like home. Risogalo, creamy rice pudding dusted with cinnamon, served after dates. Galacto bureko, layers of filo, custard, syrup, a gift for neighbors, Muslim and Orthodox. Community iftars, funded by local farmers, attended by students, workers, elders. After Maghrib, the mosque fills, not for spectacle, but for connection. One Hafiz recites a juz. The crowd follows, voices rising, remembering. In the last third of the night, tahajjud circles form, just like in Medina. One Greek revert, Maria, now Mariam, shared, "I grew up with Easter bread and church bells. But the first time I heard Tarawih in Komotini, voices echoing in harmony, I cried. Not because I left something, but because I'd finally arrived." This isn't adaptation, it's baraka, sweet, shared, and deeply Greek. Let's be honest, Western Thrace's Muslims are not one group. They're Pomaks, Slavic-speaking, Turks, Anatolian roots, Roma Muslims, centuries in Greece, Greek reverts, like Mariam. Politicians argue, who are they really? But in the mosque, no one asks. Hands are raised together. Du'as are whispered in unison. Zakat is given, not by ethnicity, but by need. This is the miracle no treaty can erase. Islam doesn't erase identity, it elevates it. The Pomak weaver honors Allah through her craft. The Turkish imam serves the entire community. Muslim, Christian, none. The Greek revert finds her Greekness completed, not contradicted, by Tawheed. As Allah says, "O mankind, indeed, we have created you from male and female and made you peoples and tribes that you may know one another." Al-Hujurat 49:13. Not to divide, to witness how beautiful unity can be under one God. So next time you hear Greece and Islam, don't think of conflict. Think of Kedros, where faith needs no defense. Think of Wedan's hands, weaving iman into wool. Think of Mariam's tears at her first Tarawih. This isn't a footnote in history. It's a living ayah, a sign. Allah's light doesn't need a majority to shine. It just needs one heart, willing to say, La ilaha illa Allah, even in the land of 1,000 gods. May Allah protect the Muslims of Greece, past, present, and future. Strengthen their roots, illuminate their path, and make them a mercy to their neighbors. Ameen. Have you ever witnessed Islam thriving in an unexpected place? Share your story below. Let's celebrate the global Ummah. If this inspired you, please share. Someone out there needs to know, Islam isn't shrinking, it's rooting, quietly, deeply, everywhere. Until next time, stay rooted, stay radiant. This is Roots of Islam. The first prayer, Fajr, is a quiet promise, a renewal of faith before the world awakens. In the hush of dawn, villagers bow their heads, seeking peace and guidance for the day ahead. As the Adhan fades, the gentle music of sheep bells and quiet footsteps fills the lanes, signaling the start of daily routines. Men, wrapped in traditional dress, make their way to the mosque, their steps sure and familiar on the worn stone paths. In warm kitchens, women begin the morning meal, kneading dough and preparing breakfast, their hands moving with practiced care. Gradually, the village stirs to life. Doors open, voices greet the morning, and the square fills with quiet activity. This is a Greece few ever see, a place where faith and tradition endure, quietly shaping each new day, and where the old ways are cherished and preserved. The call to prayer is not a declaration of difference, but a gentle affirmation of identity, a reminder of belonging and shared history. In these mountains, the day begins with devotion, and the story of resilience continues, woven into every sunrise, every prayer, and every quiet moment of mountain life. The Pomaks, a Muslim minority in these mountains, are a blend of Slavic, Turkish, and Greek heritage. Their language, a unique Slavic dialect, reflects centuries of cultural crossroads. For generations, they have farmed, herded, and preserved their traditions with quiet dignity. Islam is the bedrock of their identity, woven into daily life and values. Their resilience comes from adapting to shifting empires while fiercely protecting their faith and customs. Elders teach the young not just stories, but the importance of dignity and the strength found in faith. Pomaks show that identity can be layered. Slavic speakers, Greek citizens, and devout Muslims, all in harmony. Their story is not in history books, but in daily acts of devotion and the wisdom passed from one generation to the next. In a world of divided identities, the Pomaks embody unity within diversity. In Pomak homes, women are the silent weavers of faith and tradition. Their hands are always busy, kneading bread, tending children, embroidering vibrant headscarves that tell stories of age and origin. The kitchen is a sacred classroom, where recipes like and are passed down as acts of worship and hospitality. Sharing food is a prayer, and every meal is prepared with gratitude and generosity. Mothers and grandmothers teach not just skills, but character, dignity, patience, and kindness. Faith is nurtured in quiet moments, stories from the Quran, old songs, and lullabies. Through crafts and daily routines, Pomak women preserve language and tradition. They are the threads holding families and communities together. Their humble work essential to the community's soul. Their lives are a quiet sermon on devotion, resilience, and the beauty of everyday faith. In their hands,